morning, folks. The Hebridean adventure continues. The Hebridean rain continues. It's hammering down. I'm in the queue for the ferry sailing from Tarbert and Harris to Uig and Skye. So I'm still on the west, but I'm heading east now and south. I'm hoping the weather's going to get better. Anyway, it's always a feeling tinged with sadness when I leave the Outer Hebrides, because it might be next year before I get back again. Although I think I said earlier on maybe one of the other videos that I was hoping to get back in the autumn, but that's far from certain because I've got quite a lot of plans for the autumn, including a bit of foreign travel. So it's goodbye to the Outer Hebrides and hello to the Inner Hebrides. Hopefully goodbye to the rain and hello to the sunshine. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. So I'm going to get on this boat and I'll get back to you soon. Bye for now. I'm on Loch Pooltiel, west coast of Skye, beyond Dunvegan. Flat calm conditions on the water. It's only the second time during this Hebridean odyssey that I've been able to get the boat in the water. The weather's been wild. A lot of wind and rain on the Outer Hebrides, but it's fine and sunny and warm on the Inner Hebrides today anyway. I don't think this is the bonniest loch in Skye by any means, but let me turn you around because you're looking at the harbour and stuff, but actually over that way, that's quite a bonny view. That's quite lovely, isn't it, looking out there. So I'm going to do a couple of hours. There's a lot of pier fishermen, so I've got competition. I'm going to be a wee bit further out than them, but I can see that they're using heavy gear. They're hoping for big pollock, or maybe they're fishing mackerel traces, I'm not sure. I'm fishing lightweight gear on a wee kayak rod, small lure, and I'm looking for a relatively small pollock if I can get one. I hope I don't get into these confounded mackerel. On this trip I've been fishing, what, 3 times now. Every time into the mackerel. Last year I hardly caught any mackerel. There didn't seem to be any about last year. Right, I wonder, should I give it a wee cast here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fishermen there. Hope they won't be upset if I catch a big fish on the first cast. I think that's unlikely. Let's give it a go though. I had a brilliant time on the Outer Hebrides, but I was a wee bit disappointed with my filming. Struggling with the weather. My day on Barra I didn't film at all. In fact, I was so convinced that there was no filming to be done that I left the camera gear in the van. I didn't even carry it with me. got a massive and fairly ugly jellyfish here. I do not want to catch that. That's a bit unfair, it's actually a bonny creature. I just don't want it wrapped around my fingers. I'll tell you what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and spin round so that you've got a better view, so that you're not looking at these other fishermen. I don't know what they're doing, they might be hauling in fish. That would be embarrassing. There's a better view for you. Let's see if I can keep the boat pointing in that direction. Is that better? Give a cast down the loch, I think. I don't know whether to paddle right across the loch and try amongst the rocks on the other side, or maybe in that bay beyond these fishermen. What do you think? I think out in the middle here is no use. My inclination is to put in a bit of work and go up into that bay. I'll have to give these boys a wide berth though. I'll be upsetting them. I don't think there's anything doing out here. Shall we do that? The reason I'm not parking that lure before I paddle is because my reel's needing service. It's not tightening up. The brake is not working. Yeah, some of these boys have just cast and I can see where their lines are going. I can easily keep out beyond that. So I'm heading out to sea now. And I'm on an incoming tide, so I'm working against the tide. But high water is not far away at all. So there's going to be an outgoing tide later. That's the way it works, boys and girls. I have to watch that I don't get too far down here and then have a struggle to get back in. There's something trying here, but it's too small to take the lure, I think. What is it? Is it on? No, it's not on. Oh, it is on. Well, there's not much eating in that. Oh man, and I can't reach it. Tiny wee mackerel. You see that? I should have shown you that. That mackerel was the same size as the lure. Oh, there's another one of these wee mackerel. See if I can get it off. It's away. It's gone. I can actually see them jumping. Can I turn so you can see that behind me? If I can avoid dropping my rod in the drink. Can you see that? And now I have no idea what I'm doing, but they're jumping behind me, so if I cast behind, you might be able to see me catching one of them. Is that cruel? I don't know where that went. Did that land in amongst them? Oh, they're biting. I think they're too wee to get the hook. Well, I think we got one. Oh no, I've got the bottom. Ah no, I got the bottom. Right, where am I going? It's supposed to be an incoming tide. I'm drifting out to sea. What's happening? I know I'm drifting a long way, but I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm going to drift so far and then I'm going to paddle back. I'm quite happy drifting just now. A young gull following me. It's coming over to see what this is all about. If you're not interested in my lure, back into the bay for one. I wish you could feel that, these wee mackerel having a wee go. Usually if you give it a wee jerk, it dissuades them taking it. Some of them are persistent though. There's tiny wee jellyfish around here, just about the size of my thumbnail. I was talking to a local chap on the pier. He was listening to some Celtic music It was an opener for a wee bit conversation, a bit crack with him, and he was telling me that the pollock are quite far out now. He showed me a beauty that he landed with rod and reel, but he said he was nearly a mile out. I'm not going that far out in this wee boat. Especially on an outgoing tide. I'll be back in outer Hebridean again. Well, that's gone and done it. A big seal popped up. I'll get this lure in and I'll turn you around. If he's still there, you can have a wee look. He's fishing too, I think. Let me turn you around, see if you can see this. It's just gone under. I'll turn you around anyway. See if he comes back up again. Now, I won't be able to tell you. Keep your eyes open over my shoulder. See if he comes up again. I can see some fish rising, but it might be these small mackerel, but I'm going to give that a wee go. Right, I've gone beyond them, let's see what happens. Probably scared them away with that. Oh, we're on a fish. Oh, that feels quite good actually. Is it still on? It's a mackerel. I can tell from the fight. They fight different. They're strong, they're all muscle, but the mackerel stay with you. The pollock try to go up. Oh, it's off. And that was a pollock. Oh man. Can't believe it. I was not paying any attention because I was convinced it was a mackerel. The pollock's gone. That might be my only one tonight. Let's give it another go. Same spot. Oh man, that was a good sized pollock. How far out am I? I'll keep an eye on that. Well, that was my mistake. I wasn't trying or concentrating. I'd convinced myself it was a mackerel. That's my dinner gone. Past it again, boys and girls. That's defeatist, eh? caught one, I can catch another one. Think positive. Oh, and there we are, it's on. Oh, and it's big. It's a bit big for this rod. I keep it up. That's a pollock. Unless I'm on the bottom. No, that's fighting. That's a pollock, but can I land it? Come on. I don't want to lose this one. I think this is a pollock. It's trying to go down. Ah, it's getting down. Come on, up you come. It's under the boat. Here it comes. And it's in. That'll do. That's dinner, I think. Right, I think I might call it a day. I'm going to cook up my pollock. I'm drifting quite far down the coast now. I don't want too big a paddle to get home. Ah! Is it off? Ah, it's not. Another one of these blooming things. How many of there are you? I was talking to your wee brother. Oops. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Where am I? Oh, what was that? That was a bite. Lost it. There's something trying this. Is it, you know what? I bet you it's one of these wee mackerel. Probably been 2 or 3 of them having a go at it. Anyway, it's gone, I think. No, it's not. Seems like they're everywhere. Right, I'm going to paddle in a wee bit, try 1 or 2 casts on the way back, and I'm going to cook up this pollock. Have it with some pasta. Not a bad fish. Could have been a wee bit bigger. That one that I lost was a bit bigger. I'm not complaining. There's enough eating in that for me. Some fish bites again. This is a very scenic spot in a kind of macro sense. Don't know if that makes sense. So the big landscape is beautiful, but I'm at a wee port. There's a lot of boats tied up, and there's ropes and various fishing and sailing paraphernalia lying around. But it's a good spot to camp on, well, to van camp on Skye. It's not exactly wild camping, but it's good insofar as I'm right by the sea, so the midges are not going to be too troublesome. I wonder if I put a wee bit too much water in that batter tonight. It's taking a wee while to colour up. These are the wee bits. I've got a couple of fillets, but I might chop them up as well and make them into fish bites. When I was cleaning and preparing this fish, I fed the bits I didn't want to these gulls. Now they're after my fish bites. They're not getting it. I'm in the van, hiding from the midges. I've got more fish bites here, let me see. Can you see that? Excuse my fingers. It's only me that's going to be eating them. So the midges are quite bad, even at the coast. There's a way to escape the midges. Sorry about this is just handheld on the GoPro. Bit lazy, bit tired. Way to escape the midges is to get out on the water. If I get out on the water, I'll probably take a rod with me. And if I take a rod and I catch a fish, then I'll have to clean it. I'm debating here what to do. I could go out in the water for a paddle down the coast a bit. It's an outgoing tide now, so I've got to be a wee bit careful. I could actually paddle up the loch if I wanted. Anyway, the conditions look really calm on the water, so I might go out on the water, escape the midges, spend a bit of the evening paddling around. I may or may not take the rod with me. Really not sure what to do with the videos from my Hebridean adventure. It's been absolutely amazing. It's been a wonderful time, and I'm quite sad that it's coming to an end. It's coming to a close. But the footage has been a bit here and there. When I was cooking up this fish, I was just wondering, maybe just join all the wee fishing clips together and make a wee fishing video. I'll probably get about 15 or 20 minutes out of that. Don't know if that would be boring though. Lots to think about when I get home. Get it all loaded up into the computer and then I'll see. Anyway, I want to share it with you folks, and I just hope it's not too samey, too boring. I hope there's some interest there. So I think I'm going to chomp my way through this fish. I've just finished some pasta, have a bit of fruit for my dessert, and then I think I'm going to escape the confines of the van and the midges by getting out on the water, and I might take the camera with me. So I'll possibly see you later. Bye for now. Just hand holding this camera, it's a GoPro. Out for a spotty evening fishing. Not too worried about the fishing, to be honest. I'm escaping the midges. They're quite bad on land. They're absolutely lovely out here. Just drifting. I'm on an outgoing tide, but I'm taking care, keeping an eye on where I am. I'm drifting and paddling and drifting and paddling. I might try a cast or two as the sun dips. It's funny how close the Outer Hebrides seem when the weather's calm and the sky's clear. When I was summit camping the other day there, looking out to the Inner Hebrides, the sky seemed on the other side of the world. The birds are happy with the settled weather. I've got to watch my drift. I'm drifting out to sea. I'm about as far down the loch as I want to go, really. I'm going to spin you around. Oh, sorry about that, folks. So you can see the Outer Hebrides. And you see that. Let me zoom in. It's away over there. That's them there. Right, one or two casts here, and then I'll have to correct this drift. I got you well sugared about. I need to invest in some sort of mount, GoPro mount for the camera. That was a wee bite. Gone. Whatever it was, not interested in the lure. Wondering if I can manage one more wee cast before I crash into these rocks. It's a good spot. Let me try down there. Let's see. Right, I have to move out from the rocks. Oh, my pal the seals are way out. Man, it's bonny looking out to sea. I can see the hills of the Uists, then more. The one in the middle, can't remember what it's called, Hecla. Just a stone's throw from my brother's croft. That was good fishing on Loch Skipper. They were wee, but there were a lot of fish. I should go back later in the year when they're a bit bigger. See if I can catch the same ones again. Well, the fishing's died down. Not even a bite. What's happened? I wonder if I'm a bit too close in. I came in search of pollock. I'm never quite sure, you know, with the pollock when they get a bit bigger, or the coalies. Coalfish are also Polycus, the same genus. They're very closely related. Oh, something biting there. It's nibbles. It's these wee mackerel, I think. I've got this camera set up at a weird angle. I've paddled down the loch a little bit to counteract the drift, because as I say, as I've said for about the 10th time, it's an outgoing tide. I think I'm reminding myself. And every time I come down here and cast, I get into these wee fish again. Actually, there were so many of them that they were bubbling the surface. And I think they like it down here. The seal's up there. He's following me around, but he's holding his ground. Oop, I've got to watch him. I'm sitting side on in the boat. I tipped myself in there. Oh, there's another one. Every cast. I'm not going to catch anything of any size when these things are around. Let's see what it is. Another wee. You see that? And then when you get them in, you jumped on my midge net. When you get them in, they fight like crazy to get back out again. Why did they come in the first place? I think I've only had to unhook about 1 or 2 of them and they just let go. I've got some big lures in a box right underneath you. I've got a wee fishing hatch in this boat. And I've caught 1 or 2 big fish when I've been in the boat, and it's quite scary. Not very brave. Some of these fish are strong. Pull you out to sea and they thrash about, and this is quite a stable fishing platform, but it's got its limits. Don't want to swim to shore. It's nice and comfy fishing over the side of the boat like this, but it's not so good if you get a big fish. I've got to get my leg in, and that might mean I kick you out. I'll try and not do that. Get off! Another one of these wee fish. So that's the wee fish that I've been catching. There's a lot of them. I'm pretty much done with the fishing, guys, but I'm hanging around out here to try and film the sunset for you. I came in from Orbostow and I have to say it's a hard way to get onto the hill. Head high bracken and there's a bit of forestry, there's a wee clump of larch and it's overgrown with brambles and bracken and goodness knows what. There's quite a lot of bushwhacking to get this high, but it's easy going now. I've got the summit dome in my sights. Steep ground up there, I'm going to have to be careful, especially if the cloud comes down. Easy enough to get up, but I've got to remember and find a way back down. So I'm going to put the camera on once or twice, a wee bit more filming, and as I say, for this particular odyssey to the Hebrides, it'll be the last hill. And I'm heading for home probably before the weekend. You need to get home and get a shower, get washed. I've run out of clothes. Well, we're on the summit, Healabhal Beag, or Macleod's Table South. That's Macleod's Table North over there. Let me lose this rucksack. That's my paddling bag. I've been on the road for so long, living in the van and camping and carrying a multitude of gear. I had to rationalise, so I didn't bother bringing a day pack for the hill. But I needed a dry bag for the paddling, so it's been fine for my day hikes. You can't see much of Macleod's Table behind me, can you? I've nicknamed them Macleod's Table because every time I come to Skye, often the big hills, the red and black cooling, are free of cloud, and these two hills have got the cloud and the mist rolling over them. But I'm lucky today. The south top is relatively clear, the mist just rolling over but wispy. I've got a couple of days left on my Hebridean tour. I'm going to go down to the southern tip of Skye, down to Slate. It's spelt sleet, S-L-E-A-T, but the pronunciation is slate, I believe. But I don't think I'm going to do any filming, simply because I don't think there's any activity that's going to be interesting enough to merit a video for the channel. So I'm thinking of winding up the Hebridean series here. Thanking you for your viewing. It's been a long journey, a lot of islands. See if we can remember them. Battersea, then Barra, then Barra to Eriskay, Eriskay to South Uist, South Uist to Benbecula, Benbecula to North Uist, North Uist to Berneray, Berneray to Harris, Harris and Lewis, and then across to the island of Skye, where we are now. So I'm going to do a wee bit of travelling around on Skye. I've got a wee bit private business to attend to actually on Skye, and then I think I've got a couple of options. I've actually got a ticket for the ferry from Armadale across to Macleod, and then drive south from Macleod, and that's on Friday. And what is this? This is Wednesday. So I could do that, or I could cut and run for home early, I suppose, and go across the bridge. Anyhow, I think the adventures are more or less over, so it's probably a good place to wind the video up and wind the series up. And I hope you like it, and please feel free to comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, give me a sub. I'd really appreciate that. I met quite a lot of nice people along the way, and mentioned my channel, and so shout out to these folk. And thanks to the subscribers that have been with me from the very start, and recently I've noticed that there's been a handful of people that have started following the channel, so thumbs up guys, I appreciate that, thank you very much. So we'll wind up now. I'm blethering here. We'll get back to you on the next one. I'm going to have a couple of days at home, rest up. I've got a mountain of gear to clean, and I've got a load of clothes to wash, even although it looks like I've been wearing the same clothes every day. I do have a pile of dirty clothes. I'll get through these chores, and then we'll get back out and we'll do something else. It's a wee country, Scotland, but there's always plenty to do, so I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now, folks.